Thanks for tuning in to your favorite grooming podcast, Another Grooming Podcast. I'm Kathleen Austin.
I'm Juan Rivera.
I'm Kat Graney.
I'm Nathan Austin.
I feel like you're supposed to say, and I'm Nathan Austin, because you finish us out.
And I'm Nathan Austin.
Good job.
He doesn't always finish us out.
No, I know, but like I feel like the last person usually says, and I'm blah, blah, blah.
I'm blah, blah, blah. Blah,
Tone
blah, blah,
counts.
blah, blah.
Okay, so we are going to start with...
Well,
We're
we
so
know I
gay.
can't even talk.
Today we are going to start with Would You Rather? We're going to do another breed segment. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that from our last episode. We are going to talk about things that we wish we knew as a baby or newer groomer. And then we'll end with a Reddit.
I'm just the baby.
And also special thanks to today's sponsor, Aeolus. Thank you, Aeolus.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aeolus.
Oh my God, I don't think we even touched the sound last episode. What the
He
hell?
did at
I
the
did- I
very,
did a
very
little.
end. He
Oh,
did.
did he? All right. Who's doing the Would You Rather? Kat?
Cat.
It's a me, a Mario.
Oh, did you know that he doesn't say it's me?
Oh, what does he say?
It's an Italian word for like something else.
I thought it was Japanese.
Oh, maybe Japanese. But it's not it's me.
Oh.
I'll look it up and
I think it means super. So
Oh
it's
yes.
Super Mario.
Yes.
Oh.
So that yes, you're right.
Okay. Good-
Sorry.
Good
But
to
I
know.
always
The
say
more you
it's
know.
me. I always say it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
how
do
do you
too.
pronounce it? Does it sound like
I
it's
think
a me?
it sounds like it's a me. Like
It's a me.
I think it might be it's Sumi. It's Sumi. Not ooh, it's Sumi. I think. Yeah. Random trivia.
Yeah,
I also read as I choke on a chip. Sorry.
Are you okay, babe?
Because I was trying not to chew into the
Are you
microphone. And in the process, I started dying.
Oh, you die
Cat
for
Matt.
cat.
Yeah. I was
I
trying to
get a
save
pen.
her.
Okay. Would you rather have fingers as long as spaghetti or eyelashes as long as chopsticks?
Well, some girls do be having that now though.
But can you imagine if they were straight like chopsticks?
Ew.
I had this kid in my class that I remember from elementary school because his
From
eyelashes.
elementary school.
Elementary, Dale Watson.
Elementary, my dear.
But anyways, he had super thick, super long, but straight ass eyelashes, and it bothered me a lot. I was like, "How do
Bothered you?
you see?" Like he was.
Does
like
everything
my
just
dad-
piss you off
Yeah,
all the
it sounds
time,
like
Kat?
it.
No, but like
No,
he was
just
my-
these things.
Just
Nathan.
eating and sounds and Nathan and this guy's eyelashes.
Hey, you always say I can't control it, and I literally cannot control the way I feel when people eat.
Your feelings are valid.
Helios. Stop licking yourself.
Thanks. Juan. But anyways, they were super long, and I was like, "How do you see?" I wanted to like curl his eyelashes because they were so straight, but I had to look at them all year.
Okay, so I know we always like dissect the question, but are the fingers functional? Like they're just like our normal fingers, just
I would
spaghetti
say
length.
I would say they were
But are they spaghetti hard or spaghetti cooked?
that.
or fingers, but just that length, right? Because are they like
but
floppy?
also, are they in addition to your current fingers, or are they longer? Like adding the spaghetti
Well, it
on.
said fingers as long as spaghetti.
Yeah, reread it.
Fingers as long as spaghetti,
Okay.
Okay.
or eyelashes as long as chopsticks.
I feel like they're very similar lengths.
Yeah.
Like, but I'll
I wonder if
take
there's
the,
a universal length.
I'm going to
for-
take the
for spaghetti.
eyelashes because I'll just curl them. And I'm going to do
And they're all
fun.
like up here.
Yeah, I'm going to do fun stuff with them. I'm going to like curl them like curly Q or flip them up or like, you know.
You don't even need bangs.
Yeah. But
I-
also you could
Reverse
trim it
bangs.
if you wanted to and it'll just grow back.
I feel like
Yeah,
as,
you just trim them.
I feel like as a dog groomer, it'd be really hard to function with
But
really
what
long
if it,
fingers.
Oh, with really, and I
Especially
feel like
if they're floppy spaghettis.
Well, would they change the way scissors are made to accommodate the long ass fingers?
And is it just you, or is everyone deformed? Like,
Well, have you seen
Everyone on
like, the longest fingernails? Like how do they function?
how do you wipe your own ass? That's
how
my
do you
question.
function?
Even people with like just like long nails like this, it's like, how do you wipe your
Yeah.
ass?
Just the coffin nails. I'm like, what? How? You scratch your booty hole.
Yeah, I'm like, and do you watch them like pick up things like this? And I'm like,
Yeah, I feel like it affects like how you like your bones are.
And then would your like if everyone had that, would
Arthritis
your
and-
hands like adapt to like
I'm sure they would adapt.
like a shrimp or something?
Okay, but if your eyelashes were that long, would they stay up on their own?
No, you probably need a bunch of product like
That's what I mean. You
Like,
hairspray
you
it.
could, like,
Barrette them into your.
Into your hair.
But when you blink, you gotta make sure to leave enough room.
You got to
so
leave a
like
little give.
Like
Okay,
a pump.
I
like
do
a-
eyelashes. I
would
like the
do-
eyelashes.
I would
What
say
if you
eyelashes
put
too.
like a bow in it? Like you put like a little bow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
what about you, Nathan? We all said eyelashes.
Eyelashes for sure. I mean, that's the way better. Like,
No.
You have really straight eyelashes now that I'm looking at them.
'cause I'm a man.
They're
Got
not super
manly
long.
eyelashes.
Uh,
you know, dudes be
I think it's a
shaving their
very,
eyelashes
like-
now.
Oh, really?
At the barber, they be asking for like.
Girls do that sometimes too. They'll like shave their bottom ones, and I'm like, that's bad for your eyes, guys. Like,
Ronnie used to cut his eyelashes when he was younger, he said.
Well, dudes do it to look more
Masculine?
Masculine, yeah.
I don't think
I think it
eyelashes
makes you
make
look
you
weird.
look like girly. I've never looked like I've seen guys with beautiful eyelashes and never thought like you look
That's
ooh,
gay.
feminine.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn,
guys
those are
just don't
fucking
get it.
nice.
Other than my
Maybe because they're
elementary
pretty,
school,
and straight men don't want to be pretty.
Yeah.
guess.
I actually like. I think long eyelashes on me would be nice.
Yeah.
I think my eyes are natural. My eyelashes naturally curl up,
Yeah.
whereas like some are like really straight. Like my elementary desk partner, but his were like so thick, just
How
But-
were his eyebrows?
bushy. He was just a very hairy child in general.
Well, I think Nathan usually attributes because his eyelashes are pretty straight. I think usually you attribute that to the Filipino, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was Hispanic. It
Mm.
was like Alejandro or something like that.
Alejandro.
Wow, she's just
Alejandro.
assuming by his name that he was Hispanic.
I mean, also by his look. Also where I live.
Also by his look. Wow.
Racial profiling. Wow.
But anyways, also where I live, we have a very strong Hispanic influence.
Yeah.
I feel like where we live, we have a very strong everything influence.
But back when we were younger, I feel like it was very strong. Ellie is like one of the only little white children in her school. There's 5, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Something like that. Yeah. It's very little.
I heard there's this like new like little startup white supremacist colony.
God.
You'd
I
probably
saw-
fit. You'd
I
be
saw
you'd be
that.
so happy. No, I'm just joking.
I have
It's like
nothing
Nebraska
against-
Kelly
or
will fit
something,
right
right?
in. No.
I have nothing against any. You always make me sound racist. I'm not. And I love
I didn't
all.
say all those things. I literally was just sitting here.
No, but I mean like in general and on a daily basis, practically at work.
It is just a funny thing I
I
like
always-
to do to you now.
I
I
always
know,
tell
he
Ronnie
likes
he's
to tease
racist.
me.
Yeah, it's like you're just automatically racist because you're white. Sorry about it. That's just what it is.
I think I think you're just an easy target, Kat, because you don't think about things when you say them.
Well, and I also think you're not racist, right? So
I
you
just don't
say
think too
stuff.
hard.
That's what I mean. We live in an area where like it's so diverse that I think we're just super used to like
Oh, where-
there always being so many different kinds of ethnicities that we just don't think about it.
Yeah. But I feel like outed sometimes when I'm the only white person.
Yeah.
Katie's usually with me, so we got that power together. And Nathan is most.
that power. See what I'm saying?
He's
It
like,
just, it just comes out. It just comes out of Kat. She's like, we got that power about us. So like,
I love everyone.
I'm leaving that in.
it was pretty funny. But see what I'm saying? I don't like. I just
Yeah.
like point out things
She
that are
gives
funny.
herself, I know she doesn't mean to, but she just gives herself the openings.
I feel
all
like
the
we should
time.
continue doing it for the reaction because that's the better part.
Yes, yeah.
We're like, no,
I don't mean anything. I love everyone.
you do. You're like the sweetest person I know, Kat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
would
very
never
sweet.
do anything intentionally. My brain just doesn't function sometimes. I just have one of those brains. I don't have a brain, maybe.
Yeah, I'm laughing ugly.
All right, I think I got the bead done, guys. So I'm
Okay.
gonna send it to print.
Do we have another would you rather?
Would you rather have to announce every time I'm going to poop every time you go to the bathroom, or do a cartwheel every time you hear your name? I feel like I announce we go poop all the time
Yeah.
anyways. I gotta go poop.
I was gonna say I
Yeah.
don't think that's a problem for me. I will happily say I need to go poop every
Okay,
time
but what
I
if
go.
you're in like a room of strangers?
That's fine. Everybody poops.
Also, I think it's how you say it. Because I feel like when it's like, oh, I'm going to go potty or I'm going to go poop is fine. But it's like, I'm going to go drop a deuce. I'm
Yeah.
like, that's disgusting.
Then you sound
like,
nasty.
It's like you're just trying to be gross. But if you're like, oh, I'm going to go take a shit. Like, that's weird to me. But
Yeah.
like,
I
I'm going to go
actually
poop.
think the word poop is like the way it comes out of the mouth. Poop. Like I don't like.
I was like, he always has some sort of other
I don't like
analogy
hearing it,
for
but it's like whatever. But like, that's just because I don't like it. But you
Yeah.
know.
So
But,
how would you
I do
announce?
agree with you. It's more vulgar when you use other words, but when you're just like, oh, I need to go poop, then
Yeah.
it's like,
I'm gonna
whatever.
go take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm going to drop
my
the kids
God.
off at the pool.
that's
Yeah.
what he says. Drops
Yeah.
the kids off of the.
I'm gonna
pool.
no. I gotta go make a deposit.
Deposit,
yeah, usually he says, I'm going to go make a deposit.
Sometimes I tell you guys, I'm going to go make.
Yeah, make.
Yeah, I like that one. Make.
For those who aren't watching, it's a little hand signal.
Well, it's from the Goldbergs.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that.
I'm going to go make. Yeah.
I'm going to go take a crap.
I just
Yeah, that
say
just
I
sounds
gotta go
vulgar.
potty.
Yeah.
Also, I can't do a cartwheel, so I'll just never, never
fall
say my
over.
name ever again.
Everybody says your name and you're just
You
like,
could just have Isol do it for you.
Someone
Okay.
says your name and then you just break your neck.
I would just die. I just do one of those cartwheels where you're just gonna like hop to one side.
also like, then I don't have, like, it's not like we have space in our salon for a freaking cartwheel. So then every time somebody says your name, you're like, okay, let me go outside. Like,
What if you can save them for the work day and then like just after work you have to do them
Do, like, 40?
consecutively? It's like, oh,
cartwheel
fuck.
all the way home.
Someone said my name 50 times. Here I go.
Okay, let's do another quick. Would you rather accidentally send a spicy text to your boss or to your mom?
Boss.
I mean, it would depend. Like, so in my situation now, it doesn't really matter.
I guess, yeah, same. My mom's dead, so thanks, Kat.
Boss. No matter who my boss is. My
How
boss.
spicy though? How spicy is spicy? Because if it's just like I want to bang, then like either doesn't really matter to me.
I want
if
to
it's
sit on
like-
your face.
If it's
I was thinking that.
that one also
That'd be terrible.
Also whatever. But like if it's like very explicit sexed, then I don't know.
I feel like I've had a pretty good relationship with all of my bosses in the past, so I wouldn't feel too weird about accidentally sending them that something. But I don't
Okay.
talk about that with my mom.
Question.
So
Have you
I don't talk
ever,
to my mom at all. So
but have you ever sent a spicy text message to a boss?
no.
Okay.
If I'm making fun of something.
yeah. I mean, you know.
Well, these are
I
my
haven't
bosses
either.
here, so I would.
Oh, I
be
thought a
fine.
story was coming. I was like, oh, Nathan's
Yeah.
trying to
No,
set us
I
up.
haven't either. Yeah. No.
I thought you were setting us up.
I'm like trying to think about like previous bosses I had and like if I would have been weird about like accidentally sending them something. Maybe back then I would have been embarrassed, but today, Katie, no, not really.
Also, how explicit, right? Someone used to ask, like, if I just want to bang, but it's like, oh, I want to do this to this, and you're this, and I want
Yeah.
you to do this. It's
Well,
like, oh,
let's say,
that's
yeah,
a
it's
little
like a
much.
full, like,
Script.
scene. You're writing a
Scene.
scene.
yeah, to
People
your boss.
people get like fired for that type of
Yeah,
stuff,
so
right?
then I'd rather it go to my mommy. And then I'd be like,
It's a script
new
from a
number,
book.
who dis? Like,
Sorry, I was hacked.
yeah, I don't know what happened. So sorry. Anyways.
Breed segment. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited to hear what you're gonna do.
Okay, so I am going to be talking about the French Bulldog today.
Oh.
Yes, they are in the non-sporting group, and I'm going to
Okay.
read the description from the AKC. A compactly built, muscular dog of heavy bone, smooth coat, and of medium or small structure. The French Bulldog is prized for two distinctive features, its large and square head and its bat ears. The eyes are set wide apart and are dark in color, giving the Frenchie an intelligent, alert, curious expression. The front legs are short and straight, set wide apart, and the hind legs, longer than the front, are muscular and strong. So until I read it, I was like, oh yeah, their hind is a little bit taller than
Well,
their.
I feel like a well-bred Frenchie looks still proportionate to your eye, even though their butts are higher. But you get some of those like dogs in the salon when you're.
Yeah.
It's like it looks like it's like a foot higher, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
But I would say a well-bred one looks pretty proportionate.
Yeah. So you would think that they originated in France, but they did not.
Nope.
Those French just be stealing
I know.
everything.
They steal hella dogs.
They actually started in England, and they actually started out as English bulldogs. That they just started breeding the smaller one, so they made a medium/toy bulldog, and they were around the lace workers in England. And then when the French Revolution happened, they all moved to France, and then that's when they started fine tuning the breed. So it's believed that they were mixed with like a rat terrier, right? Because of the ears. And then some people think that the pug was mixed in there for like their friendly demeanor, because Frenchies, they don't really have a purpose. They're just companion dogs, essentially. Over time, the new version of the Bulldog became known as the Bulldog François.
Oh.
And it became the French Bulldog.
Oui.
They got inducted into the AKC in 1898. Their average height,
old.
I know, pretty old, right? I thought because they just got not just, but they became popular pretty recently. I figured they would be like a newer breed, but 1800s. Their height is average 11 to 13 inches, and their weight should be under 28 pounds. Anything over that is a disqualification. But also, how does a judge know that it weighs more than 28 pounds? Like if it's 29, how are they going to know?
You gotta pick it up.
Wait, you said it was a disqualification?
Anything over 28 pounds is a disqualification.
Well, I find it interesting because some breeds have disqualifications, like lots of them, and other breeds, like Bichons, have none.
Yeah, Scotties don't technically have any.
There's like ideal, and then there's no DQs.
Yeah.
Well, so I mean, a lot of when they have them for like disqualifications, they might have to keep like a scale on hand for if somebody wants to challenge, because I know like height is important in certain breeds,
And they keep it
and
wicked.
they can challenge like, hey, I think that dog's too tall. I want you to wicket it.
Yeah.
And
So like for the height, for example, it says the average height is 11 to 13, but there is no height disqualification as long as it's in proportion.
in proportion, yeah.
Which is
but
weird to
then
me.
you have to think if it gets too tall, though, it would be hard to stay in the right weight.
Yeah. True. Their life expectancy is about 10 to 12 years, which is on the shorter side for a small breed dog, I feel. They tend to have a lot of health issues. Their activity level is very, very low. They do not.
I don't know. Yours is pretty.
Mine could be playful for like maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
And then she
They're not
overheats,
an
and then she starts like.
endurance
Yeah, it's they're more. I have a note. It says they're low exercise needs but high need for companionship.
No.
Because they love people.
Needy.
They're great with families, great with kids. They're super affectionate. Again, they're companion dogs. So I feel like as they've been bred, they just get. I mean, they really. That's all they do. They're just like sit around, sleep, snore, fart.
They're like, we did it. We've created the perfect animal.
This is it. Yeah, this is my
a
perfect
farting,
dog.
breathing, like
Peak dogging.
yeah.
A note I'd like to share is their eyes are dark brown or almost black. But if you see a Frenchie with blue eyes or green eyes, they would be disqualified. Same thing with like blue merle.
I was gonna say
I
color.
have the colors listed. I don't know if I need to get into all those, but just if you see a blue Frenchie or a merle Frenchie, or I have a brown and black Frenchie that's also would not do
Not
a
show
disqualification. Yeah. But they do have a lot of health problems, unfortunately. I've owned 2 Frenchies. One passed away from cancer, and then this one just throws up a lot. What I have now. But they have common health problems. They have breathing difficulties. I have an acronym for you. It's a BOAS, brachycephalic obstructive airway syndrome. They have a lot of skin issues, allergies. A lot of their folds sometimes get really raw, so you have to be really careful with that. They have ear infections a lot. They have eye problems. My Frenchie had a cherry eye. That happens a lot in Frenchies. My Frenchies, they weren't super well bred.
Right.
And I'm aware. So I would assume that getting your Frenchies from a reputable breeder that does health testing on a regular, you wouldn't come across a lot of the common.
Right. It would
faults.
help cut down on a lot
But
of
because
those things.
I feel like Frenchies is also one of the most commonly backyard bred dogs,
right.
or poorly bred dogs that is just they're producing.
Well, they keep trying to add shit too, like fluffy Frenchies and nakey Frenchies and all these other
Yeah.
things. And I was like, you're already taking this dog that's already a
All-
delicate specimen
Yeah.
and adding these things in, which makes them more.
Well, all the off colors, yeah, and then the coats and they're doing a lot with them.
Well,
I actually
there's
feel really bad about.
yeah, I feel like Frenchies is the number one. Like, yeah, we're just making them to die, basically.
which is I'll close out on this, which is weird because they can't really breed on their own a lot
No,
of the
they
time.
can't.
They have to be artificially inseminated, and then they can't give birth naturally.
'Cause their heads are too big.
Over 80% of litters, French bulldogs are C-sectioned.
Right.
because their hips are so little, and the Frenchies' heads are so big, and their bodies are just so small that. So it's like people that are breeding these dogs are actively, there's so much work to poorly breed a dog. It's just crazy.
Well, not only that, the people who are breeding like those specialty like ones, like the fluffies, they're like charging like 10 grand for these dogs. And
sometimes more.
Yeah, for this dog who's probably
30,
going to die
40 grand.
super young. There's
and
actually
have a lot of suffering.
Yeah. There's actually a lot of controversy between like England and our breeding programs because they're trying to breed their snouts longer to make them breathe easier, which makes a lot of sense. And then, but no, here in America, we want them to have this certain look and this certain, so. I don't know. I feel weird about the Frenchie because of all the.
Well,
the
I also
stuff.
wonder how much of that is from the parent club and how much of that is from the backyard bred.
That's
people
would like
pushing
to
it so
hear-
hard. I would love to talk to like a real reputable Frenchie breeder who's like trying to better the breed, because I feel like 90% of our, probably 99% of our interactions are poorly bred Frenchies.
Well, I keep seeing more and more behavioral issues with the Frenchies we see nowadays too.
Yeah.
A lot of biting, a lot of aggression, a lot of
Anytime a breed is experiences like a renaissance, like the health of that breed goes down.
Well, the scary thing too is like I've seen a lot of the backyard breeders doing their own C-sections.
Oh, shit.
Someone got in trouble for it actually.
My vet contacted me and she was like, "Hey, I don't know like if you've heard any like underground like, there's somebody here that's doing like in your city who's doing C-sections on like Frenchies at home. So they're using medicine that's not like approved. They don't have the proper tools to even monitor these dogs. And they're just doing it like on their kitchen table." And I'm like, that's so awful. That's so sad. Like as people who love dogs as much as we do and really care about AKC and like the history of all these breeds and bettering them and making sure that we're doing our best for them. Like that's just so awful to me. And then knowing that they're just going and charging $1 million for these dogs and they don't care. They don't care where they go or how they're cared for.
It would be nice to talk to somebody like a really reputable breeder, because like most of the information I think most of the public gets is from like these backyard breeders and like you see all the health problems and everything. And like it paints all the breeders in a bad light.
Yeah.
So I would like to speak to an AKC Frenchie breeder that is reputable and like get their perspective.
Yeah.
Because even me, we're all dog professionals and pretty knowledgeable in the industry, and most of the information we still get is negative, right?
Yeah.
And like paints a bad light. So
I never really thought of it that way. That like we're all like, oh, there's bad breeder, but it's like the reputable breeders, like they must feel like shit
They're
hearing
fucking
that
fighting.
all breeders this, all breeders.
They're fighting. Yeah, they're fighting
fighting
for their lives.
in there.
Or fighting for their Frenchies' lives out there.
Yeah.
So if any of our listeners are good Frenchie breeders, let us know. We'd love to chit chat.
Yeah. Ronnie says he will always have a Frenchie, and I don't know about that.
What are the odds? What are the odds of someone hearing this, reaching out as a Frenchie breeder, and they're actually a
backyard breeder?
reputable breeder?
Oh, actually
Well,
reputable.
then let's talk.
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah.
I would love to. I want to learn more. So
I mean,
I would love to hear that perspective for sure.
But we've had breeders reach out to us and be like, I'm a reputable breeder, not in this, but just on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just do like 2 seconds of looking and you're like, oh, actually,
You're not.
You're not.
If you don't
but
have
that's
pets-
subjective too, though, right?
What?
Being reputable is like kind of an opinion.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
there's both sides, There are people, for me, a reputable breeder shows dogs, they're trying to improve in the whelping box, which means
They're
that
being thoughtful about
they're
their
being
breeding.
thoughtful about what dogs are breeding together, their health of the dogs they're breeding. Are they showing the dogs? Are they up to standard? Do they have a good like living environment for these dogs? So many things, because there are plenty of breeders out there who show and do health testing, but their dogs are kept in squalor or
they're just breeding to breed.
They're breeding to breed to make money. They're not trying to match 2 dogs together to hopefully bring because you're always, for me as a breeder, I'm always trying to improve. Mm-hmm. My dog's not perfect, right? But I want to try to breed this dog with this dog because this dog has qualities that this dog doesn't to create a better dog.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you're not just looking at like you're looking at the 2 dogs in front of you, but then also if they've produced dogs, you're looking at the dogs they produced. You're looking at their
past.
parents, their grandparents, and like taking all of those things into account. Not just conformation, but also temperament and like there's so many like little details.
Longevity, successfulness in other departments, you know, because there's plenty of hunting lines that don't show, but I would consider a working dog a success on that breed. Like if you're a hunter's looking for a dog, right? And it comes from a long line of hunters and it's, you know, a champion hunter or whatever, that would be fine with me if that's what I was looking for, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what makes a reputable breeder? You said so like health testing,
For me, anyways.
confirmation.
Yeah, for me, confirmation, finishing your dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, that they're up to the standard.
Following the OFA standards for health testing, you know, not breeding your bitches too early.
So I ask because I've been getting a lot of Labradoodle breeders are like so common. I mean, they're common everywhere, right? But like in my area, I feel like it's like a hub, Sacramento area for doodles and Labradoodles. And I get them like sponsored ads. So I go to their website because I'm curious. And a lot of them list that they do the health testing, the eyes, the hips, the, you know, the this, the that. And it's like, well, I mean, like listed, and they're doing everything they should, but I guess they're missing the confirmation part of it.
Well, so
but it's like,
I'm going to say
do they
something
think
controversial
that
right
they're
now.
being-
And I think if you're breeding doodles, then you're fighting an uphill battle already, in my opinion. Do I think there's probably good doodle breeders out there?
I think.
I think there probably are.
I think there's
But I think most of them are just in it for the money.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion,
Well,
unfortunately.
There is a whole group.
Fortunately, or whatever.
There's a whole group trying to get them recognized and to create a actual standard. And
For the Australian, right? Australian Labradoodle?
No, I
they're
think they
calling
call
them like the bearded retriever or something like that.
And
Well-
if they do that, good for them. Then that's
Yeah.
good. But you should be able to breed one of them to another one of them and get
And
the
create
same
a
thing.
one-
But
Consistent.
also,
You can't
what's
just
the breed
continuously-
standard? That's also what's the breed standard.
Yeah,
Because
well,
it's
obviously
not-
they're working on it then,
Yeah,
right?
but I'm saying it's not just about breeding 2 dogs together and getting the same dog at the end. What is the breed standard? Because you could just breed 2 dogs together and replicate it over and over, but do they even fit what you're saying is a breed standard for that thing?
Well, and
That's
I'm,
kind of the most important thing. You need a breed standard.
yeah, and also they're not just like they're gonna make these bearded retrievers and then all of a sudden all doodles are that.
Yeah, take over.
No, these are gonna be like their own thing now. And all the doodle breeders that are just breeding a poodle in whatever the hell they want, they still just have whatever
Well,
doodle they're making.
So what I was going to say is it kind of goes back to me for like Frenchie breeders, right? Where we were saying like there's so much noise, there's so many bad Frenchie breeders that it's hard for us to get any information from good reputable breeders. So I'm sure that there are doodle breeders out there that are doing health testing, that are trying to like raise the puppies right and do all these things to like make these steps to help them be recognized as an official breed. But there's so many bad backyard breeders out there that we can't hear them.
Yeah, they're just becoming pushed down. You know?
So it's just hard for me. I think like they need a breed standard and then they need to be able to like replicate those dogs. But I just think there's so many of them out there doing different things that it'll be hard to like get everybody to fall in line.
Yeah.
But I do think that there are breeders out there now that are trying to do right by them. I don't think doodles are going to go away,
Yeah.
but I do think they all just kind of like look the same.
Side note, not related. Have you noticed that Maltipoos and Cockapoos and all the poos are they're losing their curl and
Yeah.
they're starting to get straight and wavy?
Yeah.
I know crossbreeding and mixing dogs is like bad, but like maybe breed a poodle back into it just to get that coat back. Because damn, I don't like these straight Maltipoos.
But that's what I mean. Like
you know what, though,
they're
I do
all
like?
starting to look the same. They're like all red. They're
Yeah.
all starting to get wavy. They're
Super
all
tall.
like
But you know which ones I do like? I mean, I'm not condoning the breeding of them, but the ones I'm always like, oh, this is so cute.
A cavapoo.
Is a cav. Pat, why do you always have to shit on my stuff? Is a
You shit on my
cavapoo.
stuff.
A cavapoo.
That was my favorite oodle.
Yeah.
except for they're really
Cavapoos
thick
are always
coated.
really cute.
I think they have the cutest face.
Yes, they do.
But they're so thick coated.
But I also think they're really the cutest personalities of all of them.
they tend to, yeah. Well, Cavaliers
But they tend to
are
have really
cute.
wispy legs, right? They're like super tall. Well, at least the ones in my area, and they like barely have any hair.
I
on their
guess ours is
legs.
a good breeder,
Oh.
so they're so they're more
A
better coat.
reputable Cavapoo
No,
breed.
but the thing is, our Cavapoo is also range. Like we get some really teeny like crews, and the one I just did the other day was super tiny, and then we get some that are like huge, like McChewy and stuff like that. That are
Maybe I got a first gen.
The doodle mix
Gen
that I
1.
find tends to have like weird coat on the legs is the Bernedoodles.
yeah, they always have bald patches.
I get like, and I wonder if it's because like the Bernies don't grow like profuse on the front of their legs, or if it has anything to do with that. I don't know.
Well, I was wondering
It
too.
might.
I feel like doodle breeders, they'll be like, "Oh, what kind of doodle are you looking for?" Oh, I got that, and it's like, "Oh,
Just go to the
this is a
back.
golden doodle,
Yeah.
and this one's a Bernedoodle, but they're really the same. They're from the same litter, you know."
Well, I can't tell you how many times somebody said Bernedoodle, and then it comes in and it just looks like every other red doodle I've seen in my life, and I'm like,
Yeah.
They're like, it's a mini,
I'd like
though.
to see the DNA test, please.
Yeah.
Or those doodles that are like super long, super low.
Oh, those ones.
Why do we get some? Those a lot of
We
those
get
are
a
supposed
lot
to
of
be
those.
Bernedoodles, and they're
long
like
and low,
long and low, and their legs are like
fiddle fronted super
Yeah.
badly.
One of our friends has a Labradoodle, or sorry, a Bernedoodle, and if she wanted the Bernedoodle or the Bernese coloring, it was an extra $2,000
yeah.
for the colors in the right spot.
Okay.
And then they tend to fade off anyways.
Yeah,
Like they turn like muddled gray.
yeah.
Anyway, that was
Or off the
tangent.
tangent. What was even the question?
Frenchies.
it was about
Oh.
Frenchies.
So those are Frenchies.
$2,000 fucking dollars. Yeah. And then they
They
probably
sell
have
them
they
for a
probably
lot of money,
these
too.
Bernese
Yeah.
mountain dogs probably have litters of fucking like 12.
Uh-huh.
They're selling each one for like $5,000.
I love Bernese mountain dogs.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
great
they're
dogs.
real
And they're
Bernese.
big, but they don't drool.
Mm.
Well, I feel like the ones I've come across. They drool for you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I have the good breeders in my area then.
Well, maybe I think it's also a stress related thing, right?
Yeah.
They're under a high stress when they're with us, right?
Yeah.
We actually don't really get. We have like one or two.
We used to have more.
Yeah.
Used to see them a lot at PetSmart. A lot.
Yeah.
Well, the thing
It's
is,
'cause
I
it's cheaper
feel
there.
like we used to see a lot of breeds a lot more, and now it's just mostly doodles.
I always love the clients who call. Do you know how to groom a doodle?
No, never groomed one.
There's like 6 in the salon within my vicinity right now, but no.
Like when somebody calls and they're like, my doodle's 35 pounds. And I'm like, it could be small and it just has really thick bones. But Jetty, my standard poodle, weighs 35 pounds. So it
Yeah.
could be her size. It just, who freaking knows? You know, like there's no way to know.
I always give them a super big range, like $80 to $100 difference.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you guys think about whenever there's like a doodle post and everyone's like, I think people just like to complain, right? This is like, get it out. But then there's always the one person or the one groomer
Why do you
like,
hate doodles?
why do you hate it? And they get on the soapbox and they're like, me, you know, like.
I don't dislike the dog.
No,
I
it's
just
not their
dislike
fault.
the client that comes with the
Yeah.
dog. A
It's,
majority of the time.
Yeah.
It's not for me, it's not about the dog. We love dogs. So it's not the dog's fault. But I think that a lot of groomers are just really burnt out. Number one, like I said, they're all starting to look the same. They all get like the same haircuts. And there's over 300 AKC breeds. They're so interesting and different from each other that it makes things interesting. When you have a full schedule of like different purebred dogs, it's so interesting. They're all different personalities and coat types, and like it makes your day just interesting. But when you're just grooming the same red dog all day, it gets monotonous. So,
Yeah.
and then with the amount of like misinformation and like different things like that, I think groomers just get frustrated, and that's what drives those posts, you know? And
All
so
right, well,
I think it's nice for the groomer that really enjoys to groom doodles. And it's not that I don't enjoy grooming them, because
I
I
enjoy
do.
grooming them too.
Yeah.
But like great for them that they don't have like a run of terrible doodles in their area, or you know what I mean, like, or that they have them themselves. Like that's totally fine. But I think that's why groomers get so fed up, right?
Yeah.
All the misinformation, how much they're charging for their dogs compared to like people like us who are like showing our dogs and doing all the health testing and like we don't make
And
any
we have
money.
tiny
We're
litters.
losing money. And so, you know, like
We
to
have
preserve this like
legacy.
this legacy. So I think that's where groomers get frustrated.
Frenchies,
Yeah.
huh? Those were Frenchies. Okay, next.
Okay.
Thank you so much to our sponsor, Aeolus, today. Check out their booth coming up at Super Zoo. It's booth 703. and it's going to be August 13th through the 15th, and they're going to have free giveaways, a bunch of merch. You can also look at all their cool things they have. Like in the past, they've had like their kennels there and dryers and all this cool stuff. So if you want to check out what awesome things they have, visit them at booth 703 at Super Zoo.
I really like their kennels. We got their kennels, and I actually really like them. And
Yeah,
they're more
really pretty.
affordable than other kennels that are similar, stainless steel. They were less than some of the big competitors.
I like
And
the
I actually like the latches, and I'm really
doors.
happy with our kennels from.
Yeah, I love the
Aeolus.
doors that you can just close them and you don't have to go like.
It's a weird thing to say about a kennel bank, but I feel like they're very sleek.
They
Yeah.
are sleek.
And I feel like
It
that's
is.
such a weird word to describe kennel banks, but
Somebody just messaged
looks
me
nice.
about them in the
'Cause they were
background
the-
of the
the pit bull
video.
video.
Yeah, they were like, "What kennels are those? They're so pretty." And I was
Well,
like, "They're
also, you know what
Aeolus."
I really love about them, because the other kennels we've had before is the pans. They're sturdy. So
They're really sturdy.
because the other ones you have to like tiptoe if there's like
Or they would
water or you
bend.
pee, and then they're like you like loses balance and you get pee all over your foot that someone peed in the kennel. But these ones are like really sturdy, no
They're
heavy
like,
duty.
they're like double thick.
Yeah,
or
and
something.
I feel
Double
like you
thick,
can't
yeah.
like the other ones would like break after time because they were so
like
flimsy.
crack on the sides and stuff.
yeah.
And then your own just leak out of the side all over your feet. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean all their stuff is great.
Yeah, I like
Their
the
comb
table.
is still my favorite. It's been
Yeah.
months and it's still my favorite.
It's beautiful too. It's so pretty. It's one of my, I save it for my competitions now.
Yeah, but they have like really cute shirts. Like they have one that says, "I wash dog butts and I cannot lie.
Oh.
All you other pugs can't deny."
I gotta get some of their shirts.
Yeah, they have some cute stuff. So
I wonder how many dryers they're gonna have because they have so many cool designs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can like see them all in person.
Oh, I wonder if they're gonna have their mats and stuff with their dryer, like all the coordinating stuff. You know how
Yeah.
they have the matching
Matchy,
table
matchy.
with the matching, all the stuff.
Yeah, very cute.
I still want the jungle one.
Yeah, the jungle one. I thought it was, for some reason I thought mountain, but that's the yellow one.
That's the yellow one. Yeah.
I want the green one. Yeah,
I want the jungle one. But also, I'm wondering, since it is Super Zoo, I wonder if they're gonna have any of their other stuff, like their whelping stuff, because I want to look at
I
that
think
too.
they have
I
before.
know.
I know because
It's not just grooming.
It's not just
They
grooming.
have
do
all
kinds
sorts of stuff. Yeah, because
But as a breeder, I'm interested in the whelping and breeding stuff as well.
yeah, I've asked them about like testing for like when they're in heat and
Do they have a progesterone tester?
they do. Yeah,
my.
or they either have it or they're developing it.
Because that would
so-
be the three of us, you, me, and Danica, could share that.
Yes, yeah. So I've asked them about a lot of that different stuff. Like
I know how to draw blood.
yeah.
All right, well, we
So.
can nerd out on their stuff all day. So let's go. Thank you.
But
Thank
thank
you,
you so
Aeolus.
much, Aeolus.
Well, we were gonna talk about things that we wished we knew when we first started grooming or baby groomers. This was a topic that was suggested, and I thought it was like a good topic because we all have been grooming for a very long time, and when we started, it was very different. It was number one. I don't really think we had online the way we do today.
No.
So you couldn't like go on and ask questions and get answers, and you couldn't just like watch educational videos. That wasn't a thing back then. And
We started
so-
grooming in 2007.
2007.
Facebook came out in 2004.
Cat was a
still
little
a
bit
bit.
before us, but
Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
Well, I started grooming in 2006, but I started as a bather in 2004. So me and the internet.
You and Facebook have the same.
Facebook, yeah.
Well, me and Katie just calculated that we've been friends for like 23 years or something like
Yeah.
that. More than half our lives.
Longer than Drake's been alive.
Oh God, shut
Stop
up.
it.
Let me go first because I think
Nathan.
someone's gonna steal it.
We're all gonna
We're all
steal
gonna say the
it.
same
all
thing.
talking
I'm
about
We're
it.
all
about
going
to
to say the
steal
same
it.
thing. Go
I'm
ahead.
Okay,
about
go
to steal
ahead.
it. I wish I knew when I started that the importance of continuing to educate myself.
Mm-hmm.
Was that what you? Were you guys gonna say that?
That
I
was
wrote
them-
down two because I
I
figured
wrote
someone
down
else would say that.
I wrote down a
Okay.
few in case.
Because not that I wasn't wasting the beginning of my career, but
But you were wasting it.
I feel like if I would have gotten into the competition world, or if I would have like master certified 10
Yeah.
literally 10
or
years
just like
earlier,
started on that path
like
so much
Or competing.
earlier.
like I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe I could be a Lindsay Dickin, because like she has this record, right, like of just winning forever,
Right. And
winning
we're,
literally everything.
we're like,
And
we'll
like,
never do that.
I started off at like 30.
She was on groom team at like 19 or some shit.
Yeah, started off in
Yeah.
my mid 30s, so like I won't ever get to that level.
Right.
But I am happy, but I just wish I could go back in time and be like, you know what? Hey, push yourself, and you'll find joy you'll find more joy in what you're doing. I've found joy, obviously, in dog grooming, and I fell in love with it from the beginning. But I wish I would have fell in love with continued education.
Well, and speaking of that, I fell into a spot where it's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then
You quit a few times.
I quit. Yeah, I've quit 3 times and come back. But finding passion in the learning really is what kind of turned that.
Mm-hmm.
Passion.
I think
Passion.
that's a huge. I agree. I think that's a huge like changer for me. I think that was on my list. So
That was on
I
my
think
list.
we all had that.
See,
on
it's a good thing I went first because that was the only one on my list.
But my other thing is, I wish that I had taken care of myself better. So I wish that I
It's on
had
my list too.
worn, like ear protection. I wish that I had like protected my lungs. I wish, that like, and my body's not too bad. Like my back's not awful for how long I've been doing this, but I just wish that I had practiced like better movement and just to help with my longevity later in my career. Those are things that I really think I wish I had taken seriously.
Yeah. I think that I wish I would have focused more on like solidifying my techniques and like working on a routine versus like trying to be the fastest groomer I could be.
Yeah.
I started at PetSmart. We all started at PetSmart, but I feel like there was like the more you wanted to make more money, you had to do more dogs. So in order to do more dogs, you had to, so I feel like I was speeding through the grooms because I wanted to make, because if you're a power groomer, you're a good groomer. That's
Right.
that was
That's
my
what PetSmart's- yeah.
thought. Oh, yeah, and it was kind of ingrained into us, right?
Well,
Yeah.
because they wanted to make the money, so they ingrained that into
So
us.
I picked up, I mean, it's pretty hard to be unsafe at PetSmart because there's cameras and there's so many policies and you have to, so it's difficult. But I feel like I developed a lot of habits that I feel hindered my like finish. For example, like I wouldn't not blow dry the dogs all the way through or like fluff dried anything.
Yeah.
Or like
Oh yeah, we
Never
really
didn't fluff
focus
dry.
on like any scissoring because everything was a shave down. So like the only scissoring I would do would be like the face and
Yeah.
like the feet and
Yeah.
the tail, and that was it. So I just feel like I wish I would have like played around with the hair more and like kind of like gotten myself into the mindset where it's like, I'm a new groomer. I want to learn. I should learn. Not like, I already know everything. I need to go fast now.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have focused more. I would have saved myself so much time because I had to relearn everything.
Yeah.
I will
once
say
I started.
I do think that's hard. That was tough. Like when we
Yeah.
did start like going into our furthering education, like having to like bad habit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like,
Well, I still have bad habits.
yeah. So seeing and like being able to like see the shapes that you're looking for was harder, I feel like. And so like our new apprentices that are learning the right way and going slowly and like learning all the proper prep and the techniques, I'm like, you guys are so good already. I was, they're like beating themselves up over stupid things. And I'm like, bro, you've been grooming for a couple of years. Like when I was grooming a couple of years, I was not doing stuff like this. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that comes to one of the things is like learning patience, right? Because I feel like we didn't have that because of everything, all the hustle and the bustle and, taking time and breathing, because it gets overwhelming and then you get overwhelmed and you start skipping out on all kinds of things, not only like safety for yourself and for the dogs. But, I feel like PetSmart helped us with,
in some ways, yeah.
in client communication and stuff, but like learning to talk to the clients and taking the time, because I feel like customer service is something that's really important. And I see it in some, even of the younger groomers, that customer service isn't always there, but I feel like that's something that's important to me. I mean, all the things that you guys said is
Or are
important.
Are these things built on my thing, or is that was
No,
that
these
your
were
thing?
these were all our things, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I do
And
agree with
then-
you because we get so many people that ask, right? Like, how do I speed up? How do I speed up? And I'm like,
Take the time.
take your time. Like
Talk to your
speed will
clients.
come.
Yeah.
Speed will come as you get more comfortable, as you gain confidence in what you're doing, as you understand how to do things properly. the speed will come eventually. Like, don't worry about your speed.
Also, charge your worth.
yeah, charge your worth.
I mean, if you're at like a private salon or you have your own salon, charging your worth for that time you're investing, you know, and make it. I mean, you don't want to spend forever on a dog, but you know, charge for your area appropriately and everything. But I feel like all the things, they just take time learning everything. And
Terry DiMarino always, she told me the 3 S's. Safety, style, speed, in that order.
yeah. Also, another thing I feel like would have been important as a baby groomer is learning anatomy. Because I feel like if you learn the basic shapes of every dog, I feel like it makes your groom so much better. In addition to proper prep, obviously. But, you know, learning the angles of a dog, make them more appealing to the eye, make your customers happy.
Yeah. I mean, that's why, like what Nathan said, the continued, I mean, we all had it on our list, but the continued education is, like, that's what I wish I would have, like, take advantage of being a student and try to learn as much as possible. Because it's like, you can tell yourself, I've only been grooming for 2 years. It's okay to, like, not, you know, like, it's okay to be a student for a long time. It's okay to not feel confident for a while, but learn as early as you can.
But never stop.
Yeah,
Right.
be a forever student.
Be a forever student.
Yep.
There's no harm in learning something new or learning a different way to do something. Because someone may do something a different way and it may come easier to you if you learn that way. Or I still take classes and learn. I could always learn something, no matter what. Whether it be something little or something big, never stop learning.
So there was a post on a Facebook group, and the question was, what are some of the things you wish you knew regarding techniques when you first started? And I was like, oh, we're going to talk about this in an episode. So I saved it. So I'm going to read a couple. Honestly, I think it was how I hold my scissors.
Well, like when you get crafting scissors in the beginning, you shove your whole hand in there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people.
I definitely.
Well, and there's also people that don't hold them.
Well, we talked about that in an episode.
Correct,
Not
like
the correct fingers, but also just that proper technique, right?
Next, the importance of scissoring spray. That was not something that I even thought about.
I'm gonna admit something. I rarely. I mean, I always spray the dog before I brush it out, but I rarely use scissor spray.
Oh, I do it on every dog. Do you guys?
Like
no?
during
So
scissor.
it depends on. It depends
I fluff
on
it,
the
spray
dog.
it, and then guard comb it or whatever.
Yeah.
I use scissor spray when I'm hand scissoring a dog. Yeah.
Yeah, I use it if I'm hand scissoring a dog, but not if I'm clipping them. But I do spray my dog, brush it, and then clipper.
Yeah.
So
so I spray them before I brush them out.
I spray them before I brush it, and then I get right into clippering. But if I'm hand scissoring, then yes, I do spray my dog and scissor. But I think that was very much ingrained in us, right? From Anne.
Yeah. So
maybe that's what aren't you getting? That's probably why.
Scissor spray.
Celery sticks to create leopard and cheetah print.
Oh, I've tried that on my old dog once.
I was like, oh,
Wait,
that makes
say that
sense.
again? Oh, celery, yeah.
to make your little cheetah prints or your
I've
leopard
seen
prints.
that, yeah.
Yeah. Dry slowly until the area is fully blown.
Yeah.
Smart.
Good advice.
You know, though, I do like to go over the whole dog once first.
Just to get the unsaturated, just blow off the water first.
I don't know if you've seen, there was somebody that made a post like that, and they're like, you're drying wrong if you dry like this. And people were coming in the comments, and I do a hybrid. I start from the back of the head, go down the spine, moving back and forth to help push the water down, and then I go down the sides like that, but quickly, just to blow most of the water, and then I go back at the same spot and dry slowly, because I feel like otherwise I'm just pushing a lot of water around.
Yeah.
Well, often I'll blow a dog off in the tub like that before. In the tub to get just a lot of the moisture, because you don't want to carry that over to your table and just get it all over the place too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, deshed dogs, I like to do more quick side to sides because I feel
Loosen
like it
them
helps
up.
loosen them up. Yeah.
I actually had saved a deshedding question from Reddit, so we can use that Reddit You guys want
Nice.
to go and try it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, de-shedding steps, seeking advice. Hi, so at my salon, I feel like one of our biggest weaknesses is de-shed baths. Me and the other groomers, we were all trained at different times, ways, and salons with varying experience levels, feel like our training was mostly lacking when it came to de-sheds. I certainly don't think that we do a bad job, and we don't charge very much for it anyway, $15 to $20 upcharge. But I think our methods could be more effective and efficient. I would really appreciate anyone who feels like they have a great system to share your steps with me. Product recommendations are welcome, but I'm mostly looking for methods. For reference, we currently do our de-sheds like this. Blow out the coat dry, wet and shampoo, rinse, condition, brush with the rubber curry, rinse conditioner, blow out, brush, dry. Or then you brush it dry. We use Tropiclean de-shed shampoo and conditioner as well as Davis Quick Dry Spray.
I mean, like, I don't do a lot anymore, but when I did, I would counting on how impacted the coat is, I definitely will blow dry it beforehand just to help separate the coat a little
From
bit.
the skin.
Just use the velocity dryer to help break it up a little. It is really messy and it gets dander everywhere, so that's about a
And wear your mask.
downer.
Yeah. I was going to say, I do see a lot of people, like that are like, don't blow out your dog before because of the dander and it's dirty and gross. But even if you're just doing wear your mask, wear your protection. But I do think that it really helps to blow out the coat, even if it's just quickly, just to break it up so it's not so compacted.
Because often it's like right against the skin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as far as blow drying goes, I like to kind of go upwards, like on the legs, and do little quick side to sides, and I feel like that helps break up
But
the undercoat.
also, though, if someone's like, "Oh, I don't like doing that," and I like to spend longer in the bath,
I think
then
that's
so be it.
fine.
more power to you. That's it. I
That's me.
definitely don't think there is people that are like, do it like this, and this is the right way to do it. And if you do this, you're wrong. That's just not a.
I think,
know?
However you do
it's-
it,
Do it
doesn't
like
matter.
Yeah, I think you can definitely just spend more time in the tub.
Mm-hmm.
I have done that before where I've just been like, ugh, I don't want to blow this dog out. Nope.
Like a
You get
farm,
all white
like a
when you blow
farm
dry everything?
Pyrenees. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and so
a
those
maybe.
dogs I'm
Well, like
not
my,
blowing out beforehand.
the only dogs I actually still do that for is because I don't just do de-sheds now, is my two chows. And I groom them because will bite somebody.
Yeah, nobody else can
But
do
they
them.
work with me so they don't bite me. But they get bathed every month. But I don't know if they live in the dirt or something. But if I do
They definitely
not,
don't.
if I
Yeah,
do
those
not
are
blow
princess
them
dogs.
out beforehand, it is not getting down to the skin.
The bath,
like
yeah,
their
no matter
hair,
how
their
hard you
hair is
try,
really
yeah.
repellent of the water. So I'll wash and
Even if you're
rinse
getting in
and
there
then
with your
wash
hands.
again.
Yeah.
So and I do them on the mobile with limited amount of water.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's the only option I have, and it saves me a lot of time, so it works out. But I get freaking gross.
Yeah.
So I actually just this last time I said I'm not doing these dogs on the van no more. So that's how much I didn't like it doing it. So
But I feel like especially a golden or something, a dog with a water repellent coat, blowing them out really helps because I feel like you break up that coat enough for the water to saturate and the soap to saturate in. Me personally, when I'm doing a de-shed dog, because I still have a couple of requests, bath de-sheds, I start with usually blowing them out. And then I put them in the tub. I always do 2 shampoos. So I start with a de-shedding shampoo. And the second de-shed shampoo, I usually run a rake through them while I'm actively putting the shampoo through the the recirculator, whatever you use, right? And then sometimes if they're really impacted and matted impacted, once I put the conditioner on and I'm letting it sit, I'll take the velocity dryer and blow it into their coats. And I feel like that helps loosen up the coat too. And then I do the quick little motions when I'm blow drying, and that helps just.
I definitely feel, I've definitely gotten in the tub and been brushing dogs while they're soaking in shampoo or conditioner to try and get more coat off. And I know they have special nozzles sometimes that you can buy that are pressurized that you can help.
Those videos are so satisfying.
The
They are
videos are super satisfying. I've never gotten one. I've never used one.
I would want to use it on myself first to see what it feels like.
But something to keep in mind too, which a lot of people don't realize, and I've seen it in newer bathers and stuff when you're brushing, is the pressure you're putting too. I've seen a lot of brush burn on deshed dogs because you're just not realizing that you're just going in and especially with like
Scraping
a rake
the
or something, and you're just
skin.
scraping the skin over and over and over again.
Well,
So I don't send out a deshed until I can get a comb through
Through
it
it, yeah.
from head to toe.
Well, I was going to say, I know we don't do a lot of desheds anymore, but when we're training, desheds are definitely like the hardest thing I feel like for the bathers to get. And my biggest thing is the blow drying. They're never getting down to the skin and blow drying. Somehow they manage to like blow dry
the
them
dog
and not blow out the undercoat. And I don't know how they do it. I've never, maybe because PetSmart drilled it into us so hard, but like I had never experienced that before. And we've had a series of bathers who have done that. And I am like, because then I'll start brushing them and I'm like, the dog is upset. I'm brushing them because there's so much undercoat. It's hard to get through the coat. And then I'm looking at it like, what the heck? And I'll take them back to the back and hook them up and start blow drying it the right way. And all the hair is flying out. And I'm like, how did you guys do this?
So I feel like if I properly wash, blow out a dog, I only have like 10%. Like I feel like they're 90%
Right.
brushed out.
That's what I mean, because
that time.
that's what's irritating. I feel like your huskies are fighting for being brushed. And, so I'm like, I want to get as much coat out as I can during the blow dry process because that's less irritating to their skin than me pulling with the brush and the comb. So, because when I am blow drying, I'm getting deep down close to the skin and then coming back out away. And that way I'm blowing out all the hair. And if it, gets any kind of like whip mats from being close, I'm blowing those out as well. But I'm checking all the spots too, because I feel like the tuck up sometimes gets missed, or sometimes even like the front of the leg will be shedding a lot and they'll miss it.
The
Or the
face.
Over here.
Yeah, the face,
The
in
face
between
on
the
chows
eyes.
and stuff.
Yeah.
But what I love to use on those is like what are they
flea
called?
Flea
comb?
combs?
No, flea combs too, but for their undercoat rakes,
Carding
kind of
knife?
like
Oh,
a carding knife. Yeah,
Oh,
I like to use
carding
carding
knife, yeah.
knives on their face.
Dude,
Because
Sumi,
that-
the small
pink line?
one works really well
Yeah.
for that.
But like the fronts of their legs and their faces, you don't realize how dense that coat is because it has to have so much to keep that spot warm, especially on huskies and Samoyeds, Malamutes, because they're sled dogs, right? Their legs are in the snow. So that hair is so dense and so compact. And it sheds, I feel like, sometimes more than like the rest of their bodies.
Well, I'm curious
Yeah.
now about Juan. What is your thing?
Me. I'd like to. So to me, deshedding is a process, not really like the shampoo, right? So like,
Right.
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a deshedding shampoo to do a good deshedding job.
Agreed. Yeah.
But I do two ways. Like if I do two shampoos, but I brush in between each shampoo. So like while it's sitting in the first clarifying bath, I'll brush with a slicker brush, medium length. Sometimes I'll use a rubber curry. Sometimes I'll use
Well, it depends on the length
the
of the
rake.
coat,
Yeah, it
yeah.
just depends on what it is. And I just do that between steps, 2, 3, whatever. And then if they're super, super impacted, I'll do the close, open, close, where I'll do the conditioner first
Right.
to loosen everything up. And then that'll just brush out really nicely. And then I do, the second and third, or the second shampoo and then a conditioner again, because I feel like the conditioner, it's controversial to use a conditioner. I've learned, which I don't think it should be, because I feel like it makes sense for a deshed. But some people are saying that like it coats the shampoo, the follicle too much, that you're not really
shaft?
getting a good shaft, that you're not getting a good grip to actually get the dead coat or like the undercoat out. I feel like my desheds come out better when I use a conditioner.
Yeah, I feel like it
Yeah.
helps it slip and it helps it go through easier, the brush and the comb and everything.
Yeah. What kind of
And-
brushes are they using?
Yeah. But I mean, I think when you're doing a good deshed brushing between,
Yeah.
like, so we use the recirculator and I'll do it while I'm doing it.
Oh, I
because
love a
I feel
recirculator
like
for a
it helps
deshed.
blow. I mean, it helps get that coat out. And and it really depends on the length of the dog. Because if I'm using like a Frenchie or a Dalmatian or a pit, they shed a lot too, right? So that's where the rubber curry comb comes in. And
Yeah.
But I would
stimulate-
never use the rubber curry on like
like
the
a
husky
golden or a
golden.
Malamute
Yeah.
or
I feel like that would just like mess them up.
yeah.
Also, I don't give clients a choice if they want a deshedding service
No.
or not.
Agreed.
I feel like that's something I wish I learned when I was younger, was that like in order for the dog to be fully clean and like brushed out. It has to have a deshed. It has to be.
Yeah.
It's just
Like-
part of a service for a
It's just
shedding
it should be in
I
the price,
agree,
and
yeah.
it's just like, oh, I'm not gonna do the deshed today. It's like no, because in
You
order
can't
for me
do
to
the
run a
job
comb through it.
properly.
Well, I know
I
at PetSmart, they used
100% agree to that.
Yeah, they used to upcharge
But we
for
did it
Furminator.
anyways.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, and that's-
but the special Furminator shampoo and
Well, yeah,
conditioner
we
and
just-
run
So
through
good.
with the Furminator. I
We
do like
just,
that.
I feel like we de-shedded each dog, but they
Yeah.
did.
Whether they pay for it
but
or
if
not.
they paid for we would just de-shed with regular shampoo.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine. Whatever. I'll do it
I
myself.
just feel like it made more work for you sometimes.
Well,
I mean,
I'm not going to send out a dog with compacted undercoat. I'm not
Right.
going to do that. And you have to bathe them and blow dry them properly because you have to get down to the skin or you're not doing the job. So like, I don't upcharge in a sense, right? Because like I don't do a special deshed package, but we charge based off of time at our salon. So doing the dog properly would take longer than doing a half-ass shitty job. So.
Thing I, as a new groomer too, is charge. I feel like often bath dogs, desheds like that are undercharged.
Yeah.
Even us, we're coming to that realization that, you know, this dog needs to be charged. It just takes so much more work. Their
Well,
coats
it's hard
are
because
so thick.
sometimes we'll ask our bathers, well, how long did that dog take you? And they just have no clue.
Yeah.
So then it's like hard to like judge because they're like, how much should I charge this dog? And I'm like, well, how long did you work on it?
Yeah.
And then they're like, I don't know. But also some of them are really slow and some of them are fast. So that makes it difficult.
Or some of them are slow and some of them are decently paced.
Yeah. Okay. That's a better turn of phrase. Anyway. All right. Well, that was the episode.
That was it.
Thanks again to Aeolus for sponsoring us. And
Thank
we'll
you,
see you
Aeolus.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.